Scorpio, welcome to the realm of astrology. This is your monthly horoscope overview for the month of September 2021. But before we begin, I would like to let you know that I'd also do daily video horoscopes, weekly video horoscopes, and monthly sun rising sign horoscopes just like this one that you can watch on my YouTube channel. And I also request you to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so that you can be notified every time I post a video. Alright, Scorpio, let's talk about the month of September. And the first important thing happens on 6th of September, and that is the new moon in Virgo. Now, a new moon is simply a new beginning. We begin something on a new moon that we will work on for the next lunar month, for the next 28-30 days. And on the new moon, we seed that beginning, we begin it. And for you, that beginning is happening in your 11th house, Scorpio. The 11th house is connected to large organizations, the groups that you belong to, your hopes, goals, and dreams. And it's also the house of science, tech, innovation, and all these things. So it could be that you start a new beginning when it comes to joining a particular group. Maybe you join, I don't know, these are just examples. Maybe you join a new book club, okay? Or maybe you change something about your goals, a new beginning in your goals. Or if you are in the science and tech sector, maybe you start something new there, right? So it's a new beginning when it comes to the groups that you belong to, the organizations that you're a part of, and your social circle, but not your close friends. These are the acquaintances that you keep. It's also a new beginning in your hopes, goals, and dreams, and science, tech, and innovation, if that applies to you, Scorpio. That's September 6th. And this new beginning is in a trine, 120-degree angle to Uranus, which means that this new beginning can come about quite unexpectedly and quite suddenly, and it will also propel you towards your unique, authentic self. Then the second important thing, Scorpio, happens on September 10th, and Venus is going to enter your sign, which means it's going to enter your first house. Now, Venus is a benefic. It gives gifts, it brings blessings, it also makes you more receptive to a particular part of your life, the area that it is transiting. And for you, Scorpio, up until September 10th, that those blessings and gifts have been connected to the 12th house. 12th house is the house of spirituality, connecting with the higher realms. It's also the house of closing out the past. It's the house of drugs, delusions, addictions, depression as well. So when Venus transited that up until September 10th, it could be that it brought you closer to spirituality. One example, it made you more receptive to your spirituality, or it brought about a new beginning in closing out the past, right, emotionally. Or if you suffer from drugs, delusions, addictions, maybe a new beginning in that area for you. So that's how Venus works. And now on September 10th, it's going to enter your sign, your first house, and give you gifts, blessings, and make you more receptive to your identity, to who you are, to your leadership, to how the world sees you, and even your appearance. So that's what Venus is going to do, give you blessings, gifts, rewards, and make you more receptive to these areas. It could be that you are blessed in some way when it comes to your identity. Maybe you started something new and Venus comes in and says, okay, this is who you are. Or when it comes to your appearance, maybe you've been wanting to get a haircut and Venus comes in and makes that happen for you. These are just examples, but it could be any one of these things. So something connected to that. And then on September 13th, Scorpio, we have the first quarter square of the moon. Now, this is the first time the sun and the moon will make their 90-degree angle. So for the whole week starting on September 13th, we are going to be overcoming challenges, overcoming obstacles, making changes, making adjustments connected to the new moon, which for you happen in your 11th house. So these adjustments, these overcoming of challenges is connected to the new beginning in your social circle, in the groups that you belong to, your hopes, goals, and dreams, and science, tech, and innovation, if that applies to you. So it could be that this week you've joined a new group, for example. Say you've joined a book club, but that book club, you're not finding time to read the book. So you adjust something to make that happen for yourself. Now, these are just simple examples to give you an idea of how this energy might work. And soon after this, Mars is going to enter the sign of Libra on September 14th. Now, Mars is going to enter your 12th house almost after 2 years, because it enters a particular sign almost after 2 years. And wherever Mars goes, it re energizes that part of our life. So, up until September 14th, Scorpio, Mars has been energizing your 11th house. It has been re energizing your social circle, the groups that you belong to, your hopes, goals, and dreams, science, tech, and innovation, if that applies to you. So, for example, maybe you were part of a group, but in the past you haven't been able to be a part of it or participate actively. Mars came in and up until September 14th helped you become a part of that group and participate more actively. For example, these are just examples. Or it could be that maybe you felt a little defeated about your goals, but Mars came in and said, hey, it's possible, it can happen. And then it re energized that part of your life. So simple things like that. And then on September 14th, it's going to enter your 12th house almost after 2 years, which means it's going to re energize your 12th house. Spirituality, connecting to the higher realms, spiritual practices, drugs, delusions, addictions, depression is also 12th house. Closing out the past is also the 12th house. So it could be that you had a spiritual practice that you practiced very a lot, and then somehow you didn't have time for it, or something happened and you stopped doing it. Mars may come in and say, hey, start that again, and you start that spiritual practice again, for example. Or if there's something about the past that's been really bothering you and you're not able to let go of it, Mars may help you do that. Mars may help you let go of it. So anything connected to the 12th house, Mars will come in and re-energize for you on September 14th for the next 40 days or so. And then the next important event happens on September 20th, and that's the full moon in Pisces. It's happening at 28 degrees of Pisces, which makes it fall about here and here, right? So it's in your 5th and 11th house axis. So full moon is a point of clarity. It brings clarity, one, to the new beginning that you had in your 11th house. So on September 20th, with the full moon, you might find more clarity. You might become more clear about the new beginning that you started on September 6th, connected to your social circle, hopes, goals, and dreams, science, tech, and innovation. The second thing about this full moon is that it is highlighting your 11th house. Yes, hopes, goals, and dreams, science, tech, innovation, groups that you belong to, acquaintances that you keep, the organizations that you're a part of on one hand, and on the other, love, romance, creativity, children, hobbies, fun, pleasure. All these things are being highlighted with this full moon. And the third and the most important thing is that this full moon is a closing out of the past that has been with us for decades. In March of 2021, we had a new moon in Pisces. And that new moon in Pisces was an important step in letting go of the past that has been with us for decades. And now this full moon will kind of culminate that process, complete that process, and help us remove any remnants of the past that might still be with us. And after this, on September 22nd, we have the Sun entering the sign of Libra, which means it's going to enter your 12th house. Up until September 22nd, the Sun is in your 11th house, illuminating the 11th house, illuminating your acquaintances, the groups that you belong to, the social circle that you're a part of, your hopes, goals, and dreams, science, tech, and innovation. But on September 22nd, it's going to move on to your 12th house and illuminate and highlight your spirituality, your connection to the higher realm, closing out the past, drugs, delusions, addictions, depression, if that applies to you. And soon after this, on September 27th, Scorpio, Mercury is going to go retrograde. Mercury right here is going to go retrograde in the sign of Libra. Now, Mercury retrogrades typically are a period of review and processing things. And for you, that review and processing will be connected to the 12th house, your spirituality, closing out the past cycles, connecting with the higher realms, drugs, delusions, addictions, depression as well. That's what you are going to be mentally reviewing. And that being said, generally speaking, Mercury retrogrades are not the best time to start new things, not the best time to sign contracts. It's also a period where gadgets can malfunction and communication slows down, so just be mindful of that. And Mercury retrograde typically lasts 3 weeks, so best to avoid any new projects, new contracts, new communication in that time frame. And the last thing that I want to speak about is that on September 28th, we have the last quarter square of the moon. Now, this is a point Scorpio where the sun and the moon make their last 90-degree angle before the new moon, which will happen in October. And this whole week, starting on September 28th, the focus is letting go and release. Now, this is a subconscious release. It's a subtle release, and it is connected to the new beginning you had in your 11th house on September 6th, connected to your social circle, hopes, goals, and dreams, science, tech, and innovation. Now you're assessing what about that beginning can come with me to the next lunar month. What about that beginning do I need to let go of? And these could very well be just emotions, right? It could be that you say, okay, these goals I can take with me. These goals are not required anymore. These dreams, I know these are good, but these I'm done with them. Something like that. These are just examples, so it could be anything. And that's the month for you, Scorpio. And I will pick a card for you, but if you want to know, Scorpio, where the long-term energies in your chart are, things like Saturn, Pluto, Jupiter, and what they mean for you, then you can watch my long-term energy video, which is already on YouTube. And I made that video because, yes, energies do change day to day, week to week, month to month, but there are certain themes in our life that can last for years, and that's because of the slow-moving energies, the outer planets, Saturn, Pluto, etc. So that video will give you the broad themes in your life if you're interested. Now I will pick a card for you, Scorpio, and then we'll close out the video. Okay, I'm going to pick that up again because too many cards fell out. Go with the top card, okay? It says the fates. So I think, Scorpio, for you, a lot of fated events this month. And I don't think these are negative fated events because she looks happy, she looks peaceful. So a lot of fated events for you this month. And yeah. So that's all I'm going to say, and I hope you enjoyed this reading, Scorpio. Have a great month, and I will see you in one of my other videos. Bye.